Playing as an attacking midfielder or false nine is, in my opinion, the most complicating one when it comes to knowing your position. The reason it's the most complicated is because, yes, you do have your specific zones that you have to be near, but most of the time you have to be creative and you have to figure out those gaps, and you have to know where to float to be able to find those gaps so you can use your talents as an attacking midfielder. Your job as an attacking midfielder is to find those gaps, and you have to anticipate the opposition's defenders as well as you have to anticipate your attackers' runs. To be able to play and be successful as an attacking midfielder or false nine, you have to have an outstanding vision and outstanding game knowledge. So in the olden days, there was something called a traditional number 10, where these number 10s were strictly based on creativity, talent, and understanding the game very well, where the running or chasing or defending was a second or third priority. But in the modern day of football, you're expected to have the talent, have the creativity, as well as all that running, since everyone is getting fitter and stronger on the field. So there is no excuse to really hide even as an attacking midfielder or false nine. So myself, I've always played traditional number 10 since I was very young. So I am having a hard time adjusting to this modern day of football number 10, which is a lot of running and chasing. It's very hard to change old habits. But if you're a young, eager, athletic, and smart player, and you also have some talent as well, it's very important that you start early in your career to start getting these talents on track, positioning as an attacking midfielder figured out, but also really improve your fitness as well as the strength. Because in the modern day of football, yes, you have to have the talent, vision, but also the physical abilities, that what you can do, how much can you run as well. Because it's very important when you're playing number 10. And if you already have been playing number 10, you would understand what I'm saying right now, because the more you run on the field, the more tired you are. That's when you are not able to command to your legs to do what you want your legs to be doing. So the more tired you are, the heavier your legs are, so you're not gonna be able to actually do what you really want to do on the field and use your skills. But if you were really fit as number 10, or if you know your positions incredibly well, you would be able to go out on that field, and without getting too heavy on the legs, you would be able to do what you exactly want to do and create the game and dominate the opposition. How do you not get tired when you are playing as an attacking midfielder? So I could tell you, obviously, that you need to do a lot of fitness training, you need to do a lot of strength training, agility training, and all that stuff. That's fine, that's very obvious. But I think the most important one is to know your positions as an attacking midfielder. And this is the most challenging part when it comes to playing attacking midfielder, because you have a lot more freedom on the field as an attacking midfielder than your center mids, your wingers, because you don't necessarily have to follow a certain pattern to be able to play as an attacking midfielder. And this is where the game knowledge as well as knowing your positioning is very important playing attacking midfielder. Because as an attacking midfielder, you will have to observe those gaps. You'll have to get into those gaps. Sometimes you'll be shifting to the wings. Sometimes you'll be shifting or making runs behind the attackers, your strikers, as a second striker almost. So this all comes down to knowing the game and knowing your teammates. And the other key thing, in my opinion, to be successful as an attacking midfielder is not only the positioning on the field, but your body positioning when you are receiving the ball. As an attacking midfielder, we are not as good as the strikers when we have our back turned to the opposition's net. So what we need to do is to position our body. The camera is the net, and the ball is here with my teammate. If I have it like this, I'm not going to be able to turn very quick, I'm not going to be able to create the game very quick, and the game is not going to be as fluent when we have our back turn. But if you position your body almost 90 degrees like this, where you can have the ball, immediately look up and make a decision to be able to create the game, as well as find those gaps to send the ball through, or dribble around the guys, or pass it, or shoot it, whatever you want to do. But this has to be done very quick as an attacking midfielder. Since you have to make the decisions very quick as an attacking midfielder, when you have your back turned to the opposition's net, you're gonna be wasting so much time to be able to turn around, and if your teammates are not talking, you won't know if there's a guy behind you marking you nearby, so you might have to just release the ball backwards, which is not very good thing to do as an attacking midfielder, because you want to progress the game forward, not backwards. So as an attacking midfielder, you are the brain of your team's attacking job, but you're not the brain when it comes to defending as an attacking midfielder, but you are the brain when you're attacking. Preferably in a team where the attacking midfielder is very effective, attacking midfielder is the one that needs to make those quick switching of your team's play. Because yes, your center mid can do it, your defensive midfielder can do it, or your center backs can do it, but it's better if you do it, because what happens is, as an attacking midfielder, when you receive the ball and immediately see your strikers, then there's only one guy going towards the net. Yes, you can support them, but you would be behind. But if you see the wingers going up, once you play the ball to them, you can make the run inside, and you can have two people inside the box to be able to get the better chance of scoring. And sometimes, because attacking midfielders are very smart and have a very good game knowledge as well as a great vision, you will even create games without having to touch the ball whatsoever. This is what it comes down to, playing as an attacking midfielder. You will know if you can play as an attacking midfielder. And you can have a great talent of being a winger, or being a center back, or center mid. This is not a bad thing. You can't have those specific roles, but as an attacking midfielder, you have to think free, you have to think more, as well as you have to make very quick decisions under tons of pressure. Defensive jobs is simple. You have to listen. As you're attacking, you have to give commands. But when you are defending, you have to listen to your center mids, you have to listen to your wingers, you have to listen to your defensive mid or center back. And that's very important, because they can see what's going on in front of them better. So if they're telling you to move back, you move back. If they are telling you to close those channels so the ball doesn't go through the middle, you have to listen to them as well. So have your ears open all the time to be able to have a better success as a attacking midfielder when you're defending, because we all know the attacking midfielders are not the best defenders. And when you're playing false nine, it's very similar to what I just said about attacking midfielder. What differentiates false nine from attacking midfielder is you are like the second striker, but you are the one that kind of drops back when we have the ball, and to give those chance of making those critical runs to your striker. Because if you don't do it, the defenders will not follow you, and you won't have space opened up for your false nine. It's very simple. The name of the position already explains it to you, where it says false nine. That means you're not really in number 9, but you're in between 10 and 9. So you're a little further up than the attacking midfielder, but also further down from your striker. So you're right in between. And I think defensively you have a lot less responsibility as a false nine compared to attacking midfielder, because attacking midfielder, you'll have to make those runs to the left, to the right, to kind of defend certain times of the game. But as a false nine, you are staying central with your striker when you're defending, or other way around, because you might have communicated with your striker to maybe they drop sometimes instead of you, and you stay up. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any other questions about attacking midfielder positioning or false nine, you can write down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel with the notifications on. You can also find my playlist right over here, and you can also check my Patreon link in the description, where we can have better conversation about this position or any other position, or any other videos that you might potentially want to see. And thanks for tuning in. I will see you in the next video.